It was a big win for the Kansas Jayhawks here in a chilly Friday night from Lawrence, Kansas, as they were able to sneak out with the win 82-76 over a game Southern Utah Thunderbird squad that hung tough the entire matchup, as neither team held more than an 8-point lead through the entire night, thanks to some stellar offensive play from Jalen Wilson, another clutch three by Grady Dick, and some impressive defensive turnaround by the entire Jayhawks squad. Kansas was able to sneak out with the win here in Lawrence, Kansas. Fulton Castro here with you live at Allen Fieldhouse. Jalen Wilson, for the second consecutive game, has set a new career high in his points after dropping a career high 25 points against Duke at the Champions Classic in Indianapolis. Jalen Wilson drops a career high 33 points on 12 of 22 shooting, had a pair of three-pointers, and was 7 of 8 from the free throw line as he fully took over the offensive portion of this game for Kansas. He also chipped in 6 rebounds to a goal along with 4 assists. And then Grady Dick, another great performance for the stellar freshman from Wichita, Kansas, in this game tonight. He had 18 points, made another 4 3-pointers in this contest, including another clutch 3 in the waning moments of this game, as with under 35 seconds to go, Grady Dick was able to hit a 3 off an offensive rebound and kick-out pass from forward KJ Adams. And that is the story of this entire game for Kansas, as they never were able to completely salt away this Southern Utah squad. The Thunderbirds fought and kept finding ways to stay within the game. They matched Kansas' intensity level, and honestly, at numerous points in the game, were the more intense team in this contest and was trying to find a way to win. That's what Kansas had to do. And speaking of the postgame, acting head coach Norm Roberts, so this was the final game. He'll be the acting head coach. His head coach Bill Self will wrap up his 4-game suspension at the conclusion of this contest. Norm Roberts noted that in a classic Bill Self quote, there are 10 games where you're going to play incredibly well and always win a game. 10 games you're going to play average and should be able to win the game. And 10 games you're going to come out flat, you're going to play bad, and you got to find a way to win, find a way to be 7-3 in those contests. And this was one of those games where Kansas found a way to get it done here, as they were just never able to pull away from Southern Utah. There was a lot of one-handed passes, a lot of sloppy turnovers, a lot of missed shots right at the rim. Kansas just never seemed to be fully locked in at any moment over the 40 minutes that this contest was played. Meanwhile, Southern Utah matched the intensity, found a way to shoot incredibly well. They shot over 50% for the floor for the entire half of the first half, and then started to wane down the stretch there. And a special shout-out to Southern Utah's Tevion Jones, 25 points tonight in this matchup for the Thunderbirds, for him trying to keep his team in the contest. But at the end of the day, it was a tremendous defensive performance by Kansas to get some things done, some great defensive intensity to wrap some things up, charges drawn near the end of the game. And of course, DeJuan Harris, a special shout out to him, as he played well as well, was able to drop in 14 points in this contest and 4 steals, as he did a great job being the point man, being a pest on every ball handler for Southern Utah in this contest, and finding a way to get the job done. That is what Kansas does here tonight. For the Jets, Thursday night matchup will come up next week as they head to the Battle for Atlantis tournament in the Bahamas. They will take on the NC State Wolfpack as their first matchup down there in the Battle for Atlantis. That'll be the first matchup. Head coach Bill Self will be back on the sidelines. His suspension has concluded. Him, along with assistant coach Curtis Townsend, will be back with this club in full acting capacities following the conclusion of this game. We'll get you more recap and reactions to this matchup coming up on Monday with Mic'd Up with Jake LeBon and myself, Fulton Castro, from noon to 3, and then 580 Sports Talk with Brendan Dorsinski and Dan Lucero from 36. You can catch all of that coming up on Monday on the Sports Voice of Kansas, 580 WIBW. With that, Kansas gets to win 82-76. So long from Allen Fieldhouse.